Orange Crush workout number 19, I think this is. Yeah, number 19. So general warm-up, you can just do the dynamic warm-up down and back across the floor, and then at the end throw in some extra up dog, down dog, or just having them kind of hold into a down dog, or maybe shift around while holding it for a minute or so. Really trying to get some weight into the shoulders and get those warmed up. And then also some 90-90 pigeon push-ups. They can switch back and forth here, a few on the one side and then a few on the other, however they want to do that. Then explaining the workout. The workout, we have some shorter intervals today. We have a minute of work and then 30 seconds of transition. So they are resting for about half the time, which means that we're going to be wanting to go pretty decently hard here. 4 stations. We've got burpees that can just be done underneath the squat rack. Then some alternating landmine rotations, and then some kettlebell, deadlift, and squats. And then lastly, some presses with varying heights. For the burpees, tell people, look, the point is to stay in motion for a minute. The point is not to pick a way harder variation and then get gassed and have half the time they're just standing around because they're freaking gassed. So totally okay if that's coming to a step back and standing up. If they can do a jumping back variation, cool. If they can get chest to the floor, also cool. I'm not going to demo that with my mic on. But yeah, a minute of burpees, 30 seconds of rest / transition, where they'll be coming over to our landmine. So you'll want to make sure that you have those landmines set up. I'm going to turn that just slightly. I would probably have a 35 and then 2 45 bars set in the landmines. So grabbing it kind of with their hands circling around or pressing into it however they like. I'm coming from the side here just to show you. They would be doing them directly in front of the rack. But feet are nice and wide. Arms are extended. They're going to come down and let their hips turn towards that. Come up powerfully. Control it down the other side, run their hips turn, working back and forth here. It should be powerful on the way up. It shouldn't be jerky on the way up. So it shouldn't be like they're throwing things and then their arms are following. It should be a nice powerful rotation. The arms should stay generally straight with the chest tracking them that whole time. Some people can definitely weight those. Some people probably shouldn't weight them, but will try to. But it is a minute, so just making sure that people realize, hey, it's a minute, and again, you're trying to stay in motion for that whole time. Those are your alternating landmine rotations. Let me turn my camera back. So then, kind of in this middle section here, you've got kettlebells out where people are going to do 2 deadlifts and 1 squat. So they've got their kettlebell, deadlift, deadlift, bring it up, and squat. Deadlift, deadlift, and squat. That'll get pretty toasty, especially if they're going through that continuously. So probably people can use some lighter-ish weights. At the same time, we do want that to be challenging, but again, we want them moving that whole time and never having to break things up. So as heavy as they can go without having to break it up, basically. Lastly, presses, and you are going to have it at some different heights. So you'll have one bench that's just flat on the floor, another bench that's set up on a 12-inch box, another bench that's set up on a 24-inch box for decently steep incline, and then the 4th pressing height variation is just a dumbbell overhead press. So they'll spend for sure 1 round at each of those heights, and then the 5th round they can kind of choose which height they want to do again. I'm not too picky on that. With those, I would actually say with that would be the one station where, hey, try to burn yourself out, try to go heavier than you think that you normally would, and see if you can go for the whole minute, see how many reps you can get. Try to reach point of failure with the presses. But as far as the specific warm-up, have people do 30 seconds of work and 15 seconds of transition, and through 2 rounds at each station. 2 rounds? Yeah, 2 rounds at each station. So again, 30 seconds of burpees, 15 seconds, then 30 seconds of their landmine rotations, and so on and so forth, through 2 rounds of that, trying to figure out a good practice or a good weight for them, as well as just kind of getting a hang of that transition and that kind of moving to the next station. So yeah, let me know if you have any questions. That's all I got.